I think this is probably the most important election that I've had in my lifetime.
It will have a long-lasting impact on the lives of everyone around us.
Probably going to be one of the biggest, the most significant, and also probably one of the closest elections we've had in recent times.
Most of the elections are decided by people my age, the older people.
At the moment, 18 to 25s are the lowest voting range, and 18 to 25s are the ones that are going to have to live with these governments for the longest.
There are a whole range of issues that will be going through the next Parliament that will immediately impact on students.
Climate change, Brexit, the NHS.
We're already seeing in the manifestos of the major parties that they are talking about tuition fees.
Things around housing, things around job opportunities.
If you're thinking about going into different industries when you graduate, it's well worth thinking about what government's plans are for those.
And the whole relationship with the European Union will have implications for research funding, but also for student mobility through the Erasmus programme.
Try and go to the source of the information, don't rely on other people to tell you what the different parties are saying.
So I think students need to be reading really around the topic and not just taking headlines at face value when they see them in the news.
The question around the date of the election, I think anyone would say that a December election is not ideal.
12th of December is actually the last but one day of the semester, and students are under quite a lot of pressure. There's also a certain level, from my conversations with my students, a certain level of apathy.
I think it's the same barriers for not just young people, but for lots of people. My vote won't count. I don't trust them.
Your vote doesn't matter. All the political parties are the same, and to be quite honest, I think that's a load of rubbish. Even if you don't agree with any political party 100% or even 50% or even 10%, you're not going to make the perfect world overnight, but the point is making it a little bit better all the time.
If you look through history, so many revolutions have begun because of students. So many injustices and policies and laws have changed because of student movement.
We know that Southampton has won constituencies by really marginal numbers, and that is reflected up and down the country.
Even if you're voting in a really safe seat, your vote will count towards the national percentages, and that can have an influence in itself.
Many whispers combined together to form a mighty voice.
24,000 students who have a voice, who can make a difference. It's time that you show that you are a force to be reckoned with.
This is your election as much as it's other people's election. This is your nation, this is your politics, and this is your parliament.
Not everybody at university gets a vote, so it's really important to make sure that if you have one, you get out and use it.
Students, vote. Whichever way you're going to vote, your voice needs to be heard.
Anything could happen, so your voice is important.